chakra, Visuddha, is not talked about in pop culture enough, I think. We always talk about the heart. We always talk about, the lower energy centers because where a lot of stuff happens. We talk about third eye all the time. The throat gets overpassed. And I can get why, considering like the soul sits at the heart and intuition's at the mind, and it's kind of lost. It's kind of like the middle child between the three. Um, but it is an important one to always talk about, especially when you're covering the chakras in general, because it's about the expression of purity or pure expression, pure truth. Anything that passes through the heart, so this is energy rising when we talk about the chakras, anything that passes through the heart is now purified. So this is about speaking our needs, speaking our truths, speaking for the lower energy centers, but from a more purified state. So there's, again, once we get through the heart, there's no violence, there's no ill will, there's no egoic agenda attached to it. It's just pure expression. And that can go for, of course, our needs. We can speak vocally. It's also how we show up in the world. And it's also how we express our creativity into the world. So you may remember from the second week, we talked about the second chakra. We focused mainly on the center of preference, but it's also second chakra is a center of creativity or raw creativity. And when that finally becomes expressed into the world, it comes through the throat chakra. And so a very easy way to think about that is like singing, but that would go for any level of expression. So writing falls under this, singing falls under this, chanting, any kind of expression, once it's starting to be made manifest into the world. And so the throat center governs reason, self-expression, purified expression of the second chakra, as I mentioned. It's the balance between the heart and the head. It's because it's, again, that middle child, so it's kind of helping to communicate between the two. And it's, again, the expression of creativity. Now, the Bija mantra, the seed sound for this one is H-U-M, hum. And unlike the other ones where we kind of like say it quickly, like for the heart was yam, we go yam, yam, yam. This is where we start to draw things out a bit, and it's only going to get a little more drawn out from here. So it's not hum, it's hum. You kind of let it trail off a bit. Later on in practice, we'll get to more of that. Actually, our practice tonight in general is going to include a bit of chanting because throat chakra activation of that is part of that. It also helps to activate the heart itself, but the throat chakra is the expression of the heart. The color is blue. So we're working our way up the rainbow. The sense is the sense of sound. And then the element is ether. So it's the space between all other elements. So it's really, it's the end of the element chain. You'll find out next week as we get to the third eye that we're out of elements. And this is where we start to transcend the elemental plane when it comes to the chakras. So Visuddha, the hard one to say, the throat chakra is what we're going to focus on this evening. So go ahead and sit comfortably, and we'll go ahead and go inward. Welcome, everybody I haven't said hi to yet. Pleasure to have you here. Good. So sitting tall, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Take them toward the back of the room and relax them down. Feel the shoulders press away from the ears, creating some space around your neck and throat. Taking a few deep breaths here. And we'll switch up our normal sequence here. Instead of centering, then chanting Om, because we're going to focus on some chanting and expression tonight, we'll chant Om first, and then we'll sit in the resonance of that, helping to concrete our awareness in the throat chakra. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, 3 chants. Continue to feel the resonance of that vibration at the throat. And at the throat, see a ball of soft blue light floating at the center of your throat. Maybe you see it pulsing. Maybe it looks like a blue sun ball of energy. Maybe it's a spark. However best you can imagine a relative ball of blue light at the throat. The center of purified expression. Many of us know our truths. We do our self-work to explore it, to move past illusion and ignorance. Sometimes we can get caught here on actually expressing our truth into the universe, to the world, to our loved ones, to our friends, coworkers, anyone. To know your truth is one thing, but to live it is another. This chakra helps, when in balance, it helps us to step into the world from a more authentic space. Blue light at the throat, calm breath. Do you feel constricted in this region? Maybe it's a physical sensation, maybe a soreness of your throat or tightness. Or maybe you're just aware of maybe some circumstances where you haven't been able to be in the fullest expression of yourself. I completely acknowledge here that in some cases it's absolutely not safe to do so. But even in the circumstances when it is safe, so let's put ourselves in those scenarios. Are we holding back? Are we holding back our truth from the world? Or maybe you feel quite open here already. You've been living from this space already. That's great too. Maybe you do in some circumstances and not in others. However you feel around this energy, around Vishuddha, around the throat chakra, our practice tonight can help enhance your access to this energy center. It might take some bravery, might take some deep self-awareness and acceptance, but we're ready for that. We've moved with the heart. We're ready for that. So go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart, bowing the chin, honoring yourself as you are today, here, right now, this moment, body, breath, energy, mind, and honoring the one who is doing the honoring. And may your practice tonight be in service of that. Rubbing the palms together, creating heat. Go ahead and take your heated palms over your eyes. Brush back over the top of the head, down the neck. Bringing yourself back to your space. Welcome back. Good, and we're going to begin on our backs tonight. So go ahead and move your props off to the side and come to lay down. Laying on down. And it might feel good to hug your knees into your chest when you get here. Feeling the back body on the ground. The back of the heart pressing into the ground, the floor, the earth. Maybe just a good reminder that we are connected to the earth here. We are connected to the ground. The work we do is not without support. There's the support of the ground. There's the support of me leading you. There's the support of the other people who are here virtually with us. We are not alone in this practice. So go ahead and take the feet flat to the floor, heels underneath the knees, hip distance apart, arms by your side. And with your next inhale, please lift your arms all the way overhead, knuckles touch the floor above you, and exhale, release your arms back down to your side. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, release your arms all the way back down. Again, inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And exhale, release the arms all the way down. Let's add the hips for bridge pose. Inhale, arms and hips lift. Exhale, lower the arms and hips down. Again, inhale, arms and hips lift. Hands on the floor above you. Exhale, release down. Good. Inhale, lift up again. We're going to add to this practice by chanting Om as we lower the arms and hips down. So with your exhale, Om. Inhale, lifting up. Again with the Om. Inhale. Inhale. One more. And then come back into bridge. Stay in bridge. Feel the hips pressing toward the ceiling, your heart bowing toward your chin, deepening the back bend in the upper back, and then soften your throat here. Sometimes the throat likes to clench in bridge pose. I'm going to ask you just to relax any constriction in the throat, the esophagus, the trachea, the glottis, allowing for free airflow through the throat, not constricting, just softening. Press up a bit higher. And then with an Om, let's release. Om. Good job. All right, so go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Maybe squeeze them in for a bit. Maybe rock on the spine for just a moment. It's okay to take moments to take care of yourself. And then after that moment, take the arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body. If you're close to furniture or something, you can always do goalpost arms or cactus arms. Good. Now snap the knees together, snap the ankles together, and do your best to keep those connected. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and drop the knees to your right side. Inhale back to center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left side. Inhale back to center. Let's keep going. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Exhale left. And then inhale back. Let's add Om. Again, you can only chant when you exhale. Deep breath in to the right. Om. Inhale to center. To the left. Om. Inhale to center. To the right. Om. Inhale. To the left. Om. And back. Om. Om. One more time on each side with Oms. Om. Inhale back to center. Then go ahead and Om. Take the knees to the right and we'll stay. Om. Relax them down. Feel your left shoulder anchor. You can turn the chin to the left if you'd like. Just taking a few deep breaths into this twist. And still feeling that resonance, that echo, the sensation of Om at the throat. You can imagine that that vibration is helping to shake that center a bit, helping to clear out anything that needs to be cleared out, move through anything that needs to move through. Good. Inhale, knees back to center. Om to the left. Om. Chin to the right if it's comfortable. Right shoulder grounding this time. You still might imagine a soft blue light at the throat. Good. Inhale back to center. Hug the knees in. And then go ahead and hold behind the knees with both hands, behind the thighs, I should say. And then carefully rock back to your shoulders and rock up to a seat. Then rock back to your shoulders, rock up to a seat. Let's just go for about 30 seconds or so, massaging the muscles around the spine and to the floor. This is also a little bit of a core workout as you lift yourself up and back. This can be a slower movement. This can be a quicker movement. Just move within the integrity of your practice. And breathe. Back and forward. It's helping to circulate lymphatic fluid throughout your body, helping to boost your immune system. Just making up words. And also, it's kind of fun if you let it, but you have to let it. It's kind of something like a little kid does, you know? Maybe like watching cartoons, just kind of like rocking on the floor in front of the TV. At least that was that was my experience. Let's do a couple more. Back and up. Good. And then go ahead and rock up. You can cross the legs if you want to. Just sit for a moment. Just notice sensation after that rocking. Maybe it feels like you're very much aware of your spine. Maybe it feels like energy rising through the spine. There was some movement with the neck there, so you might feel something around the throat if you bring your awareness there. Good. Then deeper breath. All right. Let's come onto hands and knees, shall we? Table pose. Good. So hands under your shoulders, knees beneath the hips or slightly further back. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, look forward, throat opening. Then exhale all the way back to child's pose. And then plant the hands, or they're already planted, plant the forearms, slither down onto your abdomen, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Good. Feeling the hips ground into the floor. With your next inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs, coming into Shavasana, locust pose. Exhale, release down, turn the head to a side. Let's do that again. Inhale, come back up, head through center. Exhale, float back down, turn the head to the other side. Good. Inhale, come up. Locust, head, chest, legs. Exhale, release, turn the head to the first side. Let's do a few more. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Let's do two more. Floating down. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Good. Bring the head through center. Curl the toes under. You can either push up to hands and knees to downward facing dog, or you can plank straight up and back to downward facing dog. Pick your practice. Once you're in down dog, it's the first time here tonight, at least in this class, so go ahead and walk the dog out a bit, pressing a heel to the floor and bending the opposite knee. Just feeling some length in the legs while you feel length in the spine at the same time. Now, so while we're here in down dog and while we're feeling some stretches in our bodies, I'd like you to bring Ujjayi pranayama to your practice. So you'll softly constrict the glottis or the back of the throat to make your breath audible. So it's kind of like an ocean or a hissing sound, or some people call it Darth Vader. Just a soft hiss. And the breath is through the nose. And while earlier I did say that we're relaxing the throat, we can activate it. We can activate the throat chakra too through some constriction, but it has to be mindful. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and come into plank pose, straight line push up. With your exhale, plank yourself all the way down to the ground. Feel the pelvis ground, locust lift again, head, chest, legs. Exhale, float down, curl the toes under and pick up the knees. And then carefully press back up and back to downward facing dog. Now we're going to continue with a more advanced version of that flow, but if you don't want to do the more advanced version, you can just do what we just did. So what we just did again was plank to the floor, to locust, and back up again. So you can do that if you want to. The more advanced version is Danda Kriya, which we come into plank. We come into Chaturanga, 1 inch from the floor, hovering. Then come onto the tops of the feet, press the arms straight, shoulders back, and then exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Good. So if you don't want to do that, you can do the first version. It's okay to stay within the realm of your practice. Inhale to plank. Exhale down, either chaturanga or to the floor. Then either coming into the locust pose or upward facing dog. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Again, inhale forward into plank. Exhale down. Coming into your back bend, locust or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do two more for now, all right? Come forward into plank. Exhale down. Up dog or locust. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time for a warm up. Coming forward and down. Coming into your back bend and returning to downward facing dog. Good. Taking an adjusting breath here. Good. And then go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. And just feeling your body fold over your legs for a moment. You might feel a stretch in the back of the legs, maybe the lower back, maybe somewhere else. And while you are folding forward here, maybe just giving the head a nod yes and a shake no, just kind of coaxing tension off the neck and head and shoulders and onto the floor. Breathe into that. Good, and then relax the head to center. With your next inhale, press palms to shins. Come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down. Then with a strong back, sweep the arms out to the side, flat back, come all the way up to standing. And palms to your heart. Good. Feeling sensation, the spine, the neck, the throat. wherever that's coming up for you tonight. The Sud. All right, so we're going to go into some arm swings next. And tonight we'll do the version where we drop the body down. So I'll walk you through it really quickly, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So it's a three-part inhale through the nose, one powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. So you'll start with the feet about hip distance apart. Nice stable stance. I'll turn sideways. And then with a three-part inhale, you'll lift the arms up, back, and up. And then exhale, bend the knees, drop the body, sweep the arms behind you to inhale, come up for the next round. Three-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. All right? So when you are ready, relaxing the arms down, connecting to your breath, and then inhale, arms up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, drop. Inhale, 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 and exhale. Powerful exhale out of the mouth. Let's hear it. I can't personally hear you, but let somebody else hear you. You can imagine that the breath is helping to clear out the throat with that sound, that exasperation with your exhale. It's a chance to let go of anything holding you back from expressing your truth, from expressing your creativity, your will, your need, your desire. Keep going. Three-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. And as you're inhaling, you're feeling the full rotation of your shoulder joints, up, back, up, and then fold. Keeping that sound at the throat as you powerfully exhale. You can slow the movement down if you need to. You don't have to go as quickly as I was going. But it's a chance to move through something, move through that energy that's blocking you from expressing your truth or holding you back. Fear, attachment, denial, all these things. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Now, I didn't mention this at the beginning, but we're doing this for a full 2 minutes, so you get about another 30 seconds left or so. Again, you can move at your own pace. 'You're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. Feel sensation. You may want to close your eyes, you may want to have your eyes open. It's a great way to regulate your nervous system just now as your heart rate is increased. Allow yourself to inhale pretty fully, then exhale slowly, sigh it out. Soft exasperation from the throat. Feeling the throat soft and open. All right, so it wouldn't be a throat chakra class if we didn't do some neck stretches. So let's do some neck stretches. So I'll turn around, but you can just face forward. You're gonna take your right hand, and you're gonna reach behind your back and grab, if you can, above your left elbow. And if you can't grab that, you'll grab below the elbow. Just don't grab the joint itself. That gets a little dicey. Now, once you have a hold of that elbow, traction the left arm down, and then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Good. Now you'll start to feel a stretch along the left side of your neck, and you can play around with the rotation of your chin to the side, extending it a bit, just to maybe find out what stretch feels good for you here. Good, and then go ahead and drop the chin towards your sternum, and then lift the head up through center, relax the arms, and then let's do the other side. Left arm goes behind the back this time, grabbing above or below the right elbow, and then just traction the right shoulder down and take the left ear to its shoulder. And again, once you're there, you can play around with the rotation of your chin to find out what stretch here really feels good to you. Deep breaths into that. Good. One more breath. And then carefully drop the chin to center, bring it up, and release. You can roll the shoulders back a few times, forward a few times. Good. A little bit more space around the side of the neck. We'll do more for the front of the throat. Actually, let's add something here. I have a plan, but I can change it because I'm up here. So one of my favorite stretches for the front of the neck really helps to open up the throat chakra is to interlace your fingers. I'll actually come closer. To interlace your fingers and then press your hands on top of your chest. Now, once you have that, you're going to squeeze your elbows in toward your side and you're pressing the flesh of your chest downward. Squeeze the elbows in and then lift your chin away from one of your thumbs. So add a diagonal to one side. And then take deep breaths into your hands. Breathe. Soft jaw. Good. And then roll the chin down. Good. Now I got that big stretch in one direction. We have to go the other way. So I'm going to have you switch things up habitually because however you interlace your fingers is probably how you normally do it. So I want you to switch into the non-habitual cross of your fingers. It's awkward, and that's how you know you're doing it right. So place that on top of the chest. Press the flesh of the chest down, squeeze the arms in, and then lift the chin and turn it away from the opposite thumb as before. And take deep breaths into your hands. Feeling a stretch in the front of the neck and throat. Soft jaw here. It's okay if the jaw wants to be slack. Good. And then go ahead and bring the head back and release. Again, if it feels good, you can roll the shoulders around a bit. So anytime you need to open up the throat, do that one. That's a really good one because these muscles get so tight. I think the back of the neck gets a lot of like attention when it comes to like stretching, massages. It's really hard to do the front of the throat sometimes. So give it some special attention. All right, we're going to move into our sun salutation next. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat, whatever direction that is. Good. And bring the feet about hip distance apart. We're going to be working with Warrior 2 tonight. Just so you know where we're going. For those of you who know what Warrior 2 is. Palms to your heart, shoulders down your back. Now, before we begin, let's re-engage Ujjayi Pranayama, the audible breath. So softly constrict the glottis, the back of the throat, to make that hissing ocean sound as you breathe. Allow it to feel like a soft wind on your throat. And as we move through this series, do your best, when possible, to keep the breath audible. So beginning with your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, bend the knees, sweep your arms behind you, chair prep. Keep the knees bent, lift the arms forward into chair pose. Let's stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. Then exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive, flat back, fold forward. Palms to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Then exhale, fold down and step your right foot way back. Take the back foot flat to the floor, the right toes pointing out to the side. Bend the left knee deeply, and then go ahead and reach your right arm forward and pinwheel yourself up into Warrior 2. Good. Now sink into this front knee pretty deep here. Turn the palms toward the sky. Now relax the shoulders away from the neck. And look over your left fingertips. Good. Then take your right hand down onto your right leg behind you. Lift your left arm up and back, reverse warrior. We'll stay here for a breath or two. Good. Deep breath in. Then exhale, swim all the way forward, hands to the floor, and step back to downward facing dog. And then we'll move through Danda Kriya, whichever version you'd like. So inhale into plank pose. Exhale either all the way to the floor or chaturanga, 1 inch. And then either come into locust pose or upward facing dog. Pick your practice. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot between the hands. Help it all the way through. And then turn your back foot flat to the floor. Bend the front knee strong. Sweep the left arm forward and pinwheel yourself up into Warrior 2. Bend deeply into the right knee and turn the palms toward the ceiling. Looking out over your right fingertips. Breathing audibly. Good. Keep the front knee bending. Take the left hand onto the leg behind you. Right arm reaches up and back. Reverse warrior. Deep breath in. Exhale, carefully swim all the way forward. Step forward. Uttanasana. Palms to shins. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side of the flat back. Come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Good, staying in chair pose for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the legs, and then fold forward and down. Palms to shins, halfway up. Then exhale, fold, step the right foot way back again, back foot flat to the floor, bend the left knee. Inhale, come on up for Warrior 2. Sink on in. Good. Then take the right hand on the leg behind you. Left arm lifts up, inhale. And then exhale, swim all the way forward and step back into downward facing dog. Moving through your flow, plank pose, either to the earth or chaturanga, either locust pose or up dog, returning to downward facing dog. Good. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step it through. Back foot flat to the floor, Warrior 2. Come on up and sink on in. Good. Right arm down, left arm lifts. This might have been the same side we did before. It's okay. We're fine. Exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins coming halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, coming all the way up. And palms to the heart. We'll just do the same side twice on this next round. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. Staying for the exhale. Lift, inhale. Audible exhale, fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, release down, step the left foot back. Back foot flat on the floor. Come on up for warrior two. Good. Left arm down, right arm up. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, swim forward, step back. Good. Plank pose. Coming down. Coming into your back bend. Returning to downward facing dog. Good. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Back foot flat to the floor. Warrior two, come on up. Sink on in, palms to the sky. Reverse warrior, inhale. Right arm lifts. And exhale, swim all the way forward, step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. Palms to the heart. Let's keep it moving, inhale. Chair prep. Chair. Good, lift up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Palms to shins. Good, exhale, release, step the right foot back. Back foot flat, bend the front knee. Warrior two, come on up. Reverse warrior. And then exhale, swim all the way forward, step back into downward dog. Plank pose. Coming down. Your back bend. Downward facing dog. Good. Once you're there, right leg. And step it through. Back foot flat, warrior two, come on up. Reverse warrior, right arm lifts. Exhale, swim all the way forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Let's take a breath. Keep the breath audible. That soft hissing ocean sound on inhale, that soft hissing ocean sound on exhale. All right, we're gonna do one more round here. And every time we exhale, let's chant Om, all right? Because again, chanting helps to shake up anything that's stuck in the throat. It helps to build up our courage for self-expression. So especially if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm putting it on the table. Pick it up if you want it. So again, at the top of your mat, feet about hip distance apart. It's your opportunity to practice self-expression. It is something you have to practice. Palms to the heart. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Chair prep with an Om. Om. Chair pose. Stay with an Om. Om. Inhale, straighten the legs. Fold forward with an Om. Om. Palms to shins. Folding forward, stepping the left foot back with an Om. Om. Bend the front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Stay with an Om. Om. Inhale, reverse warrior. All the way to downward facing dog with an Om. Om. Plank pose. Coming down with an Om. Om. Coming into your back bend. Downward dog with an Om. Om. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it forward with an Om. Om. Ground the back foot, bend the front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Sinking in. Om. Inhale, reverse warrior. Fold forward. Om. Step forward. Om. Palms to shins. Om. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Palms to heart with Om. Om. Feeling that resonance of Om at the throat. Clear, strong expression. And the chant Om, aside from being just familiar for most of you, is the sound of everything. So your truth, whatever you've been holding back, is encompassed in that sound. Whatever it is you're holding back, whatever it is you're having a hard time expressing, know that you have already expressed it. The step has been taken. Deep breath in and out. And bringing yourself on back. Good. Great job. So we're going to do one more exercise with Warrior 2. And I'll quickly demonstrate it so you can just look forward for a moment. So in a moment, we're going to come back into Warrior 2 on one side, and you'll bring your elbow down onto your knee. And with an inhale, you're going to sweep an arm overhead and look up. And then exhale, you'll sweep the arm back behind you and look down. And we'll do this about 5 times. Once we're done doing that about 5 times, the top arm, which now is the back arm, drops behind the back and maybe makes a connection here. Maybe it holds onto your waistband. Some of you might be able to actually bring the hand onto the inner thigh. And what happens here is when you drop the ear toward the shoulder, you get a huge stretch along the side of the neck, okay? So from the front of your mat, step your right foot back, just like I've done. Good. And then bend the left knee, sink on in. Just know that we're gonna be here for a bit, so just let that thigh know that it can quiver if it wants to. Then bring your left elbow onto your left thigh or knee. Now with your right arm behind you, inhale, reach it overhead, roll the right shoulder back, look up. Exhale, sweep the right arm behind you, look down at your left toes. Inhale, sweep the arm overhead, look up. Exhale, sweep it behind you, look down. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, sweep behind you, look down. Twice more, inhale. Last one, reach up, inhale. Look up, inhale. And then exhale, sweep the arm behind you, look down. Now drop the right arm behind your back. And again, you might be able to grab onto your waistband here. Some of you might be able to hold on to the inner thigh. Just do your best. As long as you're anchoring that right shoulder back. And then carefully drop the left ear toward its shoulder. And just feel that stretch along the right side of the neck. You can play around with the rotation of the chin here again to see what feels important here, because something might feel important here. And then breathe into that. Keep the front knee bending. You might notice as you try to explore the stretch in your neck that the thigh doesn't quiver as much. That may or may not be a truth for you. Get light on the left elbow. Good. Then go ahead and release the arm. Carefully straighten the left leg and pull yourself on up. Feel the difference between the two sides, the right side of the neck and shoulder, the left side of the neck and shoulder, what those feel like. And we should probably do the other side. So what you can do if you want to is just switch the angles of the feet and point in the opposite direction. If you'd rather step forward and switch around, just make sure your right foot is forward, your left foot is behind you. And then go ahead and bend the right knee deeply, sinking on in. Right elbow onto the right thigh or knee. Good. And then sweep the left arm up and over, look up, inhale. Exhale, sweep the left arm behind you, look down at your right toes. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, sweep back, look down. A few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep back, look down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one, reach. Exhale, sweep the left arm behind you, look down, drop the left arm behind your back, grab a hold of your waistband or maybe the inner thigh, just connect with something back there. And then drop the right ear toward its shoulder. Keep the right knee bending and find your stretch. You can turn the chin around, pivot on the neck a bit, just see what's there for you. It's tempting to throw all of your weight into your right elbow. Try not to do that. Try to stay lifted a bit here. You should be able to pick that elbow up if you need to. I know that makes it harder. Just breathe. Almost there. Stay with it. You can do it. Good. Then carefully release the hand from behind you. Straighten the right leg. Pull yourself on up. And just feel sensation on the sides of the neck, maybe down into the throat, maybe the back of the neck. Deep breath in and out. Good. So from here, we're going to transition into downward facing dog. So however you want to do that, you can just fold over a leg and step back if you want to, but come into down dog. Feeling a nice symmetrical stretch, especially after all the asymmetrical work we've done with Warrior 2 tonight. Good. Inhale, float gently down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Child's pose. Now, if you can, allow your forehead to cap on top of something, whether it's the floor or a fist or a block. Just make sure your head is capped here. When we cap the head like this, it helps connect to the third eye, the next energy center we'll do next week. But the throat chakra is that passageway between the heart and the head. So we've seen its connection to the heart through chanting, and through this grounding that we're doing right now, we can see its connection more toward intuition, wisdom, insight, and objectivity, clarity. And deep breath in and out. And then bring yourself on up, just however you want to. I'll demonstrate the next pose we'll do. This is Matsyasana fish pose. And so there are several variations to do it. I'm only going to teach one tonight, but if you know a version that's not what I'm doing, go ahead and do that one instead. So just watch me first. I'm going to come to lay down on my back. And despite my better judgment, I'm not going to take a nap right now. Sometimes we want to. It's Monday. So I'm going to actually sit on my hands with my palms face down. And this just reminds me to keep my hips on the ground. This is not bridge pose. The hips stay down, okay? And then with my arms squeezed in toward my side, I'm gonna press my elbows into the floor and lift my chest away from the ground. And then from here, I'll carefully tilt the head backwards and allow the top of the head to come to the floor. And I'm surprised this works with my microphone on, but we're making it work. Now, we'll stay here for a bit, maybe a few breaths or so. Some people like staying here, some people don't like it at all. You can judge for yourself. When it's time to come out, it's very important that you push the elbows into the floor again, lift the head and look up at the feet, then relax down onto your back. You don't want to just flip the head up and drop down. That does not work so well for your neck. One, you might not come down the right one on your head and it'll hurt. And another, when we're upside down for a bit like that, it's hard to know where your head's at in space and time. So bringing the head up, looking at the feet, then releasing down gives you the perspective you need to know where to put the head. All right? So please join me coming onto your back. And again, with the palms on the ground, go ahead and sit on the hands. It's a nice compression for the hands too, which I think feels good. Good. And then pressing the elbows into the floor, lift the chest as far away from the ground as you can. Just come up first. Good. And then carefully drop the head back as far as you can, and then slowly lower the head onto the floor. You'll feel some big space in the front of the throat here. Breathe. Now I'm going to keep instructing or staying in the pose for a few more breaths. If you feel like you need to come out sooner, go ahead and do so. Just make sure you follow how I mentioned before. But if you're able to stay, keep the heart lifting, keep the throat opening. Top of the head capped on the ground. And then when you're ready to come out, push the elbows into the floor again, lift the chest away from the ground. Look up, look at the feet, then release the shoulders and head down onto the floor. Take a moment, feel sensation. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and roll to your right side and come on up to a seat. So you may need a folded blanket for this one. We're going to do a seated series and want to make sure that you're comfortable and that you have access to the posture. But if you don't have one, don't worry, we will make it. We will make it work. So you're going to extend both legs forward. Both legs are activated, so the toes are pointing toward the ceiling. And then bring your left foot into the body, knee coming into the chest as well. Now the key here is to make sure you're sitting up as tall as possible. So I'm exaggerating here, but you can see my back rounding. What you want to do is hold on to the front of the knee first and pull yourself up as tall as you can. There's a slight forward tilt of the pelvis. Good. Now once you have that, and if you don't have that, get more height underneath your seat. But once you have that, you can place your right hand behind you. This will help make sure the spine stays tall. Then lift your left arm up, inhale. Then exhale, bring the left elbow to the inside of the left knee. And you're gonna press the knee into the elbow into the knee, and roll the right shoulder back, but keep looking forward. And the key here is to actually sit up as tall as you can. The crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling. Take some pressure out of the back hand. Use the core to lift you up here. Good. All right. Inhale, unwind. Bring the right shoulder forward and release. Lots happening in that posture. Go ahead and extend the left leg forward. Bring the right foot in. Good. Now, again, we want to sit up tall. So holding onto the front of the knee, go ahead and just pull yourself up as high as you can. And again, if that doesn't work, get more height underneath your seat. Left arm goes right behind you, helping to enforce that height. Good. Take a deep breath in, reach the right arm up. Exhale, bring it to the inside of the right knee. Press them into each other. That'll help to give you lift and also twist the left shoulder back. Left shoulder goes back. Chin looks forward. And again, the key here is to sit up as tall as you can. Try to tilt the pelvis forward a bit here. Nice big strength from the core. Crown of the head reaching toward the sky. Good. With an inhale, bring the left shoulder forward, unwind. Sitting up tall, reach the arms up. Hinge at the hips, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Allow them to pull you back up to a tall seat. Exhale again, hinge at the hips, folding down. Inhale back up. Then exhale, go to your furthest point and release the hands down next to your legs or on the legs. Grabbing the feet is not important here. And feel the back of the neck lengthen, the chin tucking toward the throat slightly. Jalandhara Bandha, if you know what that is. But if not, just tuck the chin in slightly. And as we hold this forward fold, bring back Ujjayi Pranayama, the audible breath. Constrict the throat and allow that soft ocean sound to wash over the throat chakra. Audible inhale, audible exhale. Just a couple more rounds, please. And with your next inhale, bring yourself back up to a seat. And then take your time as you come onto your back for Shavasana, our final resting posture, bringing any support where you might need it to be comfortable on your back. Now is the time to rest. Now is the time to rest. And feel your body uncross your legs, your arms by your side, palms face up. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes, soften your throat chakra, the Suddha. Very loosely translated, it means purity, authentic expression. And of course, it's your personal truth, but through our work, through this idea of this Kundalini energy rising, our consciousness evolving, it's expressing universal truth. So if you feel any constriction in this region, try to relax it. Maybe it feels like a warmth, a softening, a melting. Maybe you just sense the throat as a vast open space. When you think you've softened enough, soften another layer. And then another layer. peace, peace, peace. Take a deeper, fuller breath through that space of the throat. Make some gentle movements in your hands and your feet, your arms and legs. And rolling to your right side. Coming on up to a seat. So sitting tall, crown of head lifting, turn the palms up on the knees. And connect the tips of the first fingers to the tips of the thumbs. Yan Mudra. Bring your awareness back to the space of the throat and see that ball of blue light resting at the center of the throat. Now, in past weeks, when we've gotten to this part of our practice, we have chanted the Bija mantra to ourselves internally. Now, this is the self-expression chakra. And so, if it's comfortable for you, I'd like you to chant this out loud. And again, the sound is hum. And you take your time with it, you don't do it quickly. And just chanting it over and over again. Hum, hum, hum. So get that going if that feels good to you. Hum, 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 hum. Keep going, seeing that ball of blue light at the throat being activated, becoming stronger and more potent. That space clearing anything holding you back from pure self-expression, clearing away, shooken off of the neck. Hum, 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 hum. A little bit longer. Hum, 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 hum. And go ahead and stop this next time. But hear it in your head and keep feeling it at the throat, those reverberations, that vibration. It might feel like a potent energy that's just ready to express itself, ready to be known, truth, ready to be manifested. All resting potential at the throat tonight. Feeling yourself more connected to the expression of what needs to be expressed through you, your dharma, your purpose. Feeling more connected to that. Take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart and bow your chin to that expression. And may all of your work here tonight and this practice and this chakra keep you connected to that endeavor. So until next time, namaste.